How you doing, everybody? Nick DiVirgilio here to talk to you about this very cool Pearl SensiTone Elite 5x14-inch brass snare drum. As drummers, you know, it's really cool for us to collect snare drums, add snare drums to our sound, because it's the easiest way for us to change up our sound in the studio live is to add that one color to your kit. You don't necessarily have to buy a whole new drum set every time. So if you want to add a great sounding brass, wet and ringy kind of high-pitched cracking snare drum sound to your arsenal, this is a great drum to check out. Let me get into some of the details for you right now. Like I said, it's a 5x14-inch drum, brass shell. It's got a really beautiful black nickel finish. Very cool looking bridge style lugs and a bead that kind of goes around the whole center of the drum shell. So it's a nice look from far away. The strainer and throw off are really smooth and easy to use. It's a ratchet style throw off here. I have it on my left. Snare wires are easily adjustable and it stays in place. Once you set those wires, they stay solid the whole time. The hoops on this drum are 10-hole triple flange, and they call them their Super Hoop 2. It's a nice hoop that feels really good on the backbeat kind of crack. When you're doing your 2 and 4 kind of rock beat, the crack that you get and the feel from the hoop on the stick and the head at the same time is a really nice feeling hoop, and it adds to the tone of the drum. That's basically it for the details of what the construction of the drum. It's a pretty simple snare drum, and it feels really nice. Right now I have the drum tuned up really high, but it kind of went there naturally. I have a Remo-coated Ambassador drum head on it, and it's got a nice pitch to it. The sustain and the ring on the drum is really pleasant. Now, brass snare drums are supposed to be loud and ringy and have a tone like that, and this drum definitely has that kind of vibe to it. The ring is pleasant, it sustains well, and it's got a nice, the pitch to the ring is really pleasant as well. It'll fit perfectly in pop music, funk music, and it'll definitely cut through any mix like a loud rock band you're playing with. This drum will definitely cut through those mixes, no problem. The feel of the drum is great under the hands. The snare wires are doing their thing like they're supposed to, and it feels really good to the edge of the drum all the way back into the center, so it's a really nice feeling snare drum as well as sounding snare drum. I do have it tuned up quite high, but it's very versatile too. So let me tune this drum down a little bit and show you where else you can take it with just this basic setup that I have here. Different head combinations, you know, you could use a head with a power dot on it or anything you like, really. A clear head would get you another unique sound to this snare drum, but let me tune it down first and just kind of show you where else you can take it in this setting right here. Okay, for the first place I've taken this drum, I've tuned it down about, I would say maybe halfway to in between really low and thuddy to where I had it really high and cracky. And to me, this sounds like a great spot for a good heavy rock beat. All right, for the last place for this video, I'm going to take this snare drum. I've tuned it down a little bit more, and I've put on a Remo ring, which will deaden it up a ton. And this is a great place to take the drum for a cool funk groove. Really cool sounding, very fun to play, and you can take it to so many different places in the studio, live, wherever you like. This is a great snare drum. Definitely encourage you to check it out. If you want any more information about this Pearl SensiTone Elite 5x14-inch snare drum, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer.